All right. Hello, everyone. Guess what time it is? It is Wednesday, and it's 5 p.m., and we're ready for that Facebook Live at 5 as a special treat for you all. So if you haven't already set everything forward, place your meal orders or any kind of orders online at it's backwards, it's okay. Straps again, reload at www.kneaded.com. Order now. Buy some charcuterie boards for Friday's delivery. Buy some pastries and send them across the United States. We just got to go onto our website and see what we have available and get it shipped to your home. We want to just say thank you to all of our supporters out there that say, hey, we want to buy Kneaded. We're going to buy Kneaded because you did buy Kneaded. With that said, I wanted to say thank you because everybody who purchased, we sold out for Friday's meal. We appreciate the love and the support. All right, so thank you to everyone for taking care of us and doing what we do. We have some fun things planned for the next few months, so stay tuned. Who says they missed Papa Cork? I don't know. I do. Might have a little something up our sleeves. So without further ado, I want to introduce the man, the myth, the legend himself. We are ready for those good vibes. I hope you're ready for those good vibes because this is outstanding. Not only is it in Gilroy Sunrise Rotary on the Leadership Gilroy board and part of the catered coordinator position here, the only catered coordinator position here at Kneaded Bakery and Catering, we have the one and the only people to watch of 2021 for the Gilroy Morgan Hill magazine today. So with that said, without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and get the show on the road. I'm introducing the one and only Andrew Briggs.
Woo! Hey, Chef, thank you for having me. It's good to be here with everyone this evening, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're going to be with Chef Keyshawn's original recipes, and we're going to be making our candied pecan cookies. So we're going to take you from the very start. We're going to show you how to make these guys right over here, the candied pecans, all the way through into making the candied pecan dough. And then maybe at the end, we'll show you a little something special that you can do with the cookies if you order them from Kneaded. So let's go ahead and get started and kind of go over our ingredients for the first part of this. I'm going to go ahead and get my saucepan started over here. And we're going to start by candying the pecans. So we're going to get a little water, 6 tablespoons to be exact, a little maple extract. I'm not going to tell you how much of that we use because we got to keep some of our stuff proprietary, right? Then we're going to follow it up with some cinnamon.
And Andrew, as everybody are joining us right now, tell us again what we're making.
So we're making candied pecans for our candied pecan cookies. We're going to show you how to go from the candied pecan, from nothing all the way up to our finished candied pecan cookies. Yeah. So Kneaded special candied pecan cookies, an original recipe by production chef Keyshawn Southey.
Tell us a little bit about when did it happen? When did that come to life?
So this all happened when Keyshawn Chef and I were doing some research and development. Whew. You see everything combining here. I should have gotten my sugar in a little bit earlier, but we're just making sure there's no clumps.
Yeah, so show us that zoom in effect. Come on, production team.
Come on in. All right. Yeah, you can see we got that beautiful texture just building. I'm going to go ahead and drop in my brown sugar.
That caramel really thick.
I'm going to let that start melting and getting combined in there as well. Woo! You might need a little more water. We'll see how this goes. So this all started in 2019. So Christmas time, usually RCS gives us some time to be with our families and to take a little bit of time to slow down. And so we took the opportunity to use that time while we were slowing down around the holidays to do a little bit of R&D with our team here. So Keyshawn, myself, and Chef Carlos, we all stayed in the kitchen. We went to our local retailers like Safeway, Nobbsville, and all the people that have been supporting us for a really long time. And we got a lot of ingredients, and we just started making recipes in the kitchen. So Chef Keyshawn came up with the candied pecan cookies. He also came up with the apricot almond scones. And I came up with the lemon shortbread scones. And then Chef flavor tested, tweaked, and got everything taken care of for us. That way when we got back, we could launch our new product. So I'm going to get this back over here so everyone can see what we got going on. We got that nice caramel building. I'm just going to make sure there's no clumps and let that brown sugar break down all the way. Then I'm going to go ahead and add 4 cups of pecans. And I know what you're thinking. Andrew, why are you telling us how many pecans you're adding if you didn't tell us all the other details of the recipe? You kept that secret. Well, that's going to be important when it comes to our our full recipe. So we get that nice and taken care of. I'm gonna pull.
And Andrew, while you're pulling a sheet pan,
Yeah, Chef?
when you're pulling a sheet pan, what are some things you can use these candied pecans for?
You can use it for pretty much anything. One of the things that we really like using it for is salads. That a little bit of crunch texture, a little sweetness. Also, you could definitely, if you're making like ice cream from scratch, you can throw them in there for the same thing. So pretty much any application that you use something that's a little bit salty, sweet, and crunchy, these definitely fit. You can put them in cakes. You can put them, frosted cake, put them on the outside. There's a whole lot of different options. Cupcakes, muffins, bakery goods. Just go for it. So it looks like our caramel's all nice and ready to go.
Does Kneaded do anything else maybe with those candied pecans like cupcakes?
Whoa. No. The only thing we do is our candied pecan cookie, and then whatever we decide to work them into when we're doing our recipes and everything else. Like for instance, salads. So if you're doing a nice plated dinner, we might throw them in your salad. We might do something a little bit interesting. We might flavor a little bit to let that build. And then also if we have like specialty baked goods, we've done muffins for the chamber before. We could also look at maybe adding them to our breads if everyone's interested. So you let us know. Can you zoom in right over here?
Do we happen to have a cupcake line, Andrew?
Lining? We do have a cupcake line that has not been made fully public yet. But if you are interested in ordering cupcakes, we definitely can get you taken care of. Just let us know. Hit us up, www.kneaded.com, or you can hit us directly by emailing catering@kneaded.com. And if you look, we're getting those all nice and fully combined.
So we have a quick question in the comments here. Do we need a whisk or could we use a regular spatula?
So the reason I used the whisk was to make sure that all that sugar got broken down the right way. But if you feel like you can do it with a really good spatula and you're confident in your skills, then by all means go for it. I'm actually going to move my whisk over here into this bowl. Just don't let that hang out. Oh. Woo. And then I'm going to go ahead and go center stage with this. And we're just going to scrape all of our beautiful candied pecans across this pan. And we're going to lay them out so that they get nice and dry and candied.
Andrew, with maybe the prep time, the cool time, how long do you think this recipe takes anyone at home?
Well, Chef, am I even allowed to give all the details?
Sure.
What do you think? Well, if you were following along with me right there, maybe add 2 or 3 minutes for measuring, because there's only about 4 or 5 ingredients. So you're looking at 10 minutes easily from measuring to finished and on this tray. And then from there, it all just depends on cooling time. If you put it in the fridge, it's going to be a lot faster. If you put it in the freezer, it's going to be even faster. But for now, I think I'm going to leave these out at room temperature. And just so you know, if you do choose to cool these down in your fridge or freezer, you are going to be increasing the temperature of your fridge or freezer. So always be careful.
Andrew, can you maybe cool these down a little bit? What do you think?
You could. It just wouldn't make very much sense, Chef.
It's all about the dramatic effect.
Yeah, you can do it for dramatic effect if you have guests over. But,
dramatic effect, everyone. Order now.
Unless you're planning on being entertaining, then you should definitely put this in your fridge. Or right now, we're just gonna put it over to. Should I put it right here? Right up in front on a nice cool counter. And I'm gonna put my used utensils over here. Woo. And now that that is all out of the way, we're gonna get started on the dough. So to get started with that, I'm gonna turn on the pan over here and get my butter melting. All right, and that is. We're gonna do our butter nice and low and slow, so that we don't do anything too crazy over there and burn it or brown it. Let's see. I believe that's a single cup of butter that we're gonna be putting in there. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure that's nice and melted when we get ready to cream it with our sugars. Woo! I don't know if you want to zoom in. See how beautiful butter melting? Oh, we get it centered.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Andrew, we all know Chef loves garlic, and we get our garlic from the one and only Christopher Ranch. What are your thoughts on adding some chopped garlic to these pecans? If you're making,
Can we get this going?
maybe utilizing a little chopped garlic in the candied pecans, if you're adding it to a salad.
You definitely could, Chef. You could also just straight up, just cut up your garlic, let it roast just a little bit, and just do the same glaze that we made, just put it straight on the garlic. Do a little roasted garlic. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be garlicky, which of course any Gilroy native is going to love. And it's really going to bring the flavor. So we got our butter melting away. Then we got 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. And then we have our flour. Sorry, I'm reading the recipe a little bit slowly. We got 3 cups of flour right over here. We have our 4 cups of candied pecans. We have our loud butter simmering away right over here. We got 2 eggs. And then the last few things I need to cover are our vanilla, which is, hold on, it's coming to me. 2 tablespoons. Oh, it's maple extract, sorry. Maple extract, 2 tablespoons. And then we got a tablespoon of cinnamon. And we got, it looks like a teaspoon of salt. So that's everything that we're going to be using for our dough as soon as our butter gets nice and melted up here. And thank you to Keyshawn for getting me a nice bowl to mix this all up in. We're going to be mixing in a metal bowl today, which unfortunately it's not quite transparent. So we're going to add our melted butter to our 2 sugars. We got our cup of brown sugar in the bowl. We got our cup of white sugar in the bowl.
And
Huge shout out to the production team in the back taking care of me and taking care of business. I'm going to go straight for this whisk and just start breaking things down again. It just has that little bit of extra candy pecan flavor. Also, if you do want to cook along with us and you choose to use something like a portable burner here, always be careful and make sure that it's staying on the flame. If you try to go low and slow, it's going to try to fight you on it. So just always be aware that way you can make sure that your recipes are getting done on time. If you look over here,
Andrew, can you mix this in a mixer as well, or is by hand recommended?
so you can do this in a stand mixer. You can use, of course, the KitchenAid, slap it in there, put a little mixing paddle on it. Or if you just have like an egg beater style mixer, you can just pull that out, plug it in, and get going with that. All right, and Chef is on a little bit of a wild goose chase to go find some of the things that we prepared earlier. So yeah, our butter is nice and melted now. We're almost to the end there. If you want your butter to mustard, you can also cut it up really small. And the reason that we melt the butter is to make sure that it gets fully combined with our sugars here. And as you can see, I'm just going through and making sure that we don't have too many brown sugar clumps in here. They're going to stop us from having those deliciously soft, melt-in-your-mouth cookies. Now, while I'm waiting for my butter to finish up, I know it's a little early. Could we maybe talk about what's on our menu for next week? Can we go ahead and pull up an overlay for that? Yes, so we have our salad niçoise on the menu for next week. We're going to have some hard-boiled eggs, a little bit of tuna, and some green beans, I believe. And Sean's going to be whipping it up special for everyone. That'll be listed on the website tomorrow morning. So we look forward to having you guys over there tomorrow morning to place your orders for delivery Wednesday and Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and www.kneaded.com. Chef, can we get that fan really quick? www.kneaded.com. Okay, I've always wanted to try this. Okay, we're going the right way. Woo! And our butter is perfectly melted. Beautiful transition, I know. And I'm going to change gloves just to make sure that I'm staying nice and clean over here. I'm going to let that cool for a second. How's everyone doing at home? How are you feeling tonight? Anybody in the comments making some noise? All right.
All right. Andrew, so let's just tell people that they're logging in right now. What are we making again? And what's all these concoctions you got going on?
Okay, so for everyone joining us right now, we got a couple things going on. First, over here on the right side, we made our candied pecans, which are sitting right over here. Let me just show you guys. Our beautiful candied pecans, which is our Kneaded secret recipe that you can get by ordering our candied pecan cookies at www.kneaded.com. And then next over here, we dough for our candied pecan cookies. So I have some brown sugar and some white sugar mixed up in a bowl, and then I have the rest of my ingredients all spread out over here. If you want to take a look, go ahead and look at the recorded video, which will be on Facebook and YouTube for you for exact measurements. And then we're just going to follow that up with some melted butter. And it's melted, but it's pretty cool right now. We've kind of let it come down from as hot as it had gotten up to. We're just going to get all that. And let's just make sure that everything gets creamed and combined really well. And I'll go ahead and angle a little bit so you guys can see. Beautiful. Whew. Man. This cookie dough is definitely not one of those things you want to make on an empty stomach, because otherwise none of your cookie dough will actually turn into cookies. You'll eat it before it gets that far. So we got everything nice and combined here. Next, we're going to be adding our maple extract. And we're going to follow that up with 2 eggs. Let me grab a trash can really quick. Just again, make sure that we're staying nice and clean in the Kneaded kitchen. Glove change.
Andrew, are you doing a little glove change? Can we tell the people about our Share the Love campaign here at Rebecca Children's Services?
Oh, so Share the Love campaign is a campaign that we're doing for our foster and adoption team. And here's a little bit of a graphic live on last Saturday. If you want to go ahead and watch the recorded stream, we made some waffles here in the Kneaded kitchen with Serena from our foster and adoption team. And she told us all the benefits and what we're looking for our foster youth and how you can support them and be a foster family. So if you'd be interested, you can check it out here on our Kneaded Facebook page. It's also on the Kneaded YouTube, and I believe it's also on the RCS Kids Facebook page, which, if you aren't following already, make sure that you get over there, because make sure that you're following RCS Facebook, RCS Instagram, Kneaded Facebook, YouTube channels. Get the whole family of RCS updates. That way you can be fully updated on everything we got going on. Not just with Kneaded, but with every department here that makes our community a better place. So we got those 2 eggs cracked right in there. And it is a little bit of a temperature management. You want to, mix your eggs so close to your melted butter. Make sure that you're keeping everything at the proper temperature. I'm just going to go ahead and break those yolks up with a whisk.
Andrew, we got some people coming in. We have Miss Josie Bravo saying, "Hi, Andrew."
Hello, Josie. It's good to see you, and good to hear from you. I know I can't see you, but it's good to know that you're in the audience. Thank you for coming. Josie's on the leadership board with myself and Chef Carlos, so it's always an honor to see our friends from leadership coming to support us. As you can see, we got a nice consistency here. Nice and even. There's no chunks or almond. I know it's a little bit hard with the not clear bowl. Okay, smile for the camera. Sorry, the pecans aren't smiling. All right, so we got that going. Now I'm going to take all my dry ingredients, which include enough flour to make this into a nice stable dough, a little bit of cinnamon, baking powder, salt, baking soda, and last but not least, my candied pecans. We're going to hold off on those for 1 second. So I'm going to put that all right in here.
All right, we get you a whisk right quick.
I was just going to go in and shop with my nice clean gloved hand, but since you guys are going through the trouble getting me a whisk, thank you.
Come on, production team.
We'll go ahead and whisk that. And for everyone at home that's thinking, Andrew, we see you reaching for the whisk when you should be reaching for the sifter. We aren't really going for like a super light cake flour or like anything crazy in here, so just whisking it up, making sure everything's nice and evenly combined is going to do us just fine for this particular recipe. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of flour here, maybe a quarter of it. It is gonna get harder and harder to whisk this, but I am gonna go with the whisk on the first one, which if Chef thinks a mistake, maybe he'll tell me. And we're just gonna get that nice and mixed up here. Getting that all combined. I know normally we do this in a really big mixer, and it's nice and electric, so I don't quite get the forearm workout.
Come on, zoom in.
Woo!
Let's show
We
them.
wanted everyone to be able to see it.
Come on, forearm workout.
Let's see those muscles. Let's see those muscles.
Yeah, I wish Keyshawn was here with his gigantic cannon-like arms to whisk this for me, but
Shoo.
all right, we're gonna add the rest of the flour. I'm actually probably gonna move away. No, we'll go with the whisk. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Andrew, while you're mixing that, can you tell the people what the meal of the week is going up tomorrow for next week's delivery?
Okay, so meal of the week for next week. I believe we're gonna get a graphic going right now. And for all of our friends on Instagram, you're just gonna have to listen to the beautiful sound of my voice while you look at the not quite as clear graphic. We have our salad niçoise that Chef Keyshawn is going to be preparing for you. It's gonna have hard-boiled eggs, tuna, some you see there, kidney beans, tomatoes, some green beans. That's what we got going on for next week.
Chef Keyshawn, can you tell us a little bit more about your niçoise salad? What makes it yours? What makes it signature for Kneaded?
Whew, child. I mean, first of all, we have 7 different ingredients in there. And then, of course, the way we marinate our olives that will be in there, the way we marinate our onions. And I can't get too far into it because I really want you guys to enjoy it. But let me tell you what, all right? Every single ingredient that I add into this salad niçoise is made with love. I'm talking about pure concentration. I'm in this kitchen looking at every detail and ensuring that it's going to shock your mouth. That palate will never have this experience again. So please, go to Kneaded.com. Unless what?
Unless you order twice.
Oh, okay. That's true. Square root.
So make sure you order for Wednesday, and when you love it that much, make sure you order for Friday, and we'll see you both days.
And Andrew, do you know where a niçoise salad originated from?
I think it's a French style salad, but I'm not entirely sure. Chef,
Yes,
correct?
French, yes.
Woo! French for 200. I'll take it. All right. And now we're just going ahead and scraping the sides here, because as you can see, my dough is just coming together. And I want to make sure I get all that flour thoroughly incorporated, which, of course, we do at Kneaded Bakery. So if you want to save all the trouble, just order www.kneaded.com. If Chef was here, he would hand me the fan, but he's a little bit indisposed right now. So,
Andrew, since the batter was warm because it melted butter, do you recommend cooling this batter down before baking it, or baking it straight out of the pan like that?
Of course, I recommend refrigerating. Let that butter get all nice and solidified up. Plus, this dough, probably like me, is feeling a little bit of the pressure under these studio lights that we have. So it's a little warm. Not to mention, we may have tweaked a ingredient or two to make sure that you guys didn't get our secret recipe. So now we're going to add our ones, which were prepared earlier. Just make sure that you have these little clusters, which while they're delicious and beautiful for snacking on, you want to make sure that you break them up before you put them in your cookies, just so that they don't create any issues with the distribution of the pecans. Yeah, if you have those really good clusters and some of your cookies, some of your people are going to be like, man, they really gave me all the pecans in the whole batch, right? You got like 12 pecans stuck together. So you got to do what we do here at Kneaded Bakery, make sure that everyone gets a little bit of the love. Production team, it looks like our monitor is about to go out on battery. Get that taken care of. And I'm just breaking up all these pecans and getting them in here. Chef, since you're behind the camera and you're hanging out, how do you think I'm doing? How do you feel? How are you doing?
Wonderful. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
I love that.
First of all, we got a good conversation flowing. We have the people watching. We're feeling good today.
Yes,
Really
you
are.
really,
You know,
really
I
gotta
just
make
wanted
sure.
to say that Andrew is an amazing individual who strives to make sure customer service is not only 110%, but it's beyond 110%. So I just want to thank him for his hospitality that makes Kneaded Bakery and Catering such a prime catering company in the community. And we know that because we hear it from all of our special customers. So we appreciate the love from everyone, including from our own team.
So as you can see, our dough's starting to come back together from cooling down from all this mixing. And also your colder ingredients are going to help bring this all back in. And our pecans are helping bring that stability. Beautiful. All right. Nice. So there you have it. We got our pecan dough. All you got to do is maybe divide this up a little bit. Get an ice cream scoop and put it down, like we got right over here. Hold on. We pulled out all the stops for you today, okay? Our little ice cream scoop.
What temperature should we be preparing our oven at, Andrew?
So we like to bake these at 325, but that's because we have a convection oven. And so at home, you might want to go as high as 350. But I wouldn't go too much higher. If you go higher, it'll start to brown on the outside faster than it cooks on the inside, which is not exactly what you want. But I'm going to go ahead and take a nice scoop here. We use a 2-ounce scoop. Make sure that every cookie is nice and level and even, so you get the same experience every time. I'm just going to portion a couple of these out so everyone at home can see what we got going on. Whoa! It was trying to run away from me. It's almost like it doesn't want to be made into a delicious cookie. But I can definitely assure you that it does. And then, yeah, so we'll just portion them out like this in 2-ounce scoops here. And then we'll throw them in the fridge so that they can get nice and solid and ready to bake. Because if you go too fast from the melted butter into the baking phase, they are going to continue to get, melted, and then you're going to have a pool of cookie instead of a nice, beautiful cookie. So I'm going to hand that off to our team, and they're going to put those in the fridge to get nice and solidified. And now we're gonna get to the last of my magic tricks here tonight. Now I'm gonna show you what else you can do with those pecan cookies and a little bit of candied pecan.
A quick question in the comments: dip those and place them down. Do we flatten them at all?
So right now I do flatten them just because of everything that we got going on with making sure the texture is right. So normally when you go to flatten is going to be when you decide if your texture is correct. If that makes sense. Yeah. So the reason we don't flatten them before we put them in the fridge is because when we go to flatten them, it'll be our indicator that the texture is like just on for going in the oven. So if you flatten them now, you won't have the opportunity to really push on them and make sure that they're nice and solid and ready to go. Now, these cookies have been sitting in the freezer getting nice and solid to give them that structural integrity that they're going to need to support this ice cream that we have. Woo! We got the, I don't know if we can zoom in a little bit, but we got the Dreyer's Butter Pecan Ice Cream because you want to make sure that you keep that pecan flavor all the entire cookie. Pecan, however you like it. And, sorry, I should have warned you so you could have zoomed out. We got a few extra pecans here on the side. We're just going to do a quick little chop too.
And Andrew, do you know where the Dreyer's factory is?
No, Chef, but I saw you reading the ice cream label, so something tells me you know.
Yes, the Dreyer's Ice Cream Company is only just down the road, it feels like, in Oakland, California.
Woo! That's where they're headquartered?
She's definitely, yeah, local, distributed out of Oakland, and prepared in Oakland.
Dreyer's, if you're listening, and I know you are, hit us up when you're ready to give us a private tour. We got Chef Carlos coming through. We'll bring the live. We'll bring the whole team. We'll do a little Kneaded Bakery Dreyer's collab. Let us know what you want. We'll work ice cream flavors. Just have your people reach out to your people. We really love to connect with you guys. And by the way, I'm our people. So you can email catering@eater.com if you have any connection to Dreyer's and you think that they'd like to work with us. In the meantime, we got a nice little chop of the candied pecan going on here, just to make sure that it's going to hold for this next step. Whew. And then, could we get a platter, please? As I go to wrap this up. So I'm going to get my beautiful Dreyer's ice cream, straight from Oakland. Smells like California. We're going to get our ice cream scoop. And we're going to get some beautiful pecan cookies here. And you can go bigger or smaller. It kind of depends on exactly like before we have a few different size options. So this is our 3-ounce size. This is what we normally use for like a scone. We're going to go ahead and use that for our ice cream right now. You get a nice solid scoop. I got production teas out so we don't hold them up. The ice cream can be a little bit hard when you first get it in here, which is why it's nice to go with a nice big scoop and why your cookies are frozen. So I'm actually going to take like this rubber spatula here and just use it to push down the ice cream. If you have like an offset spatula, butter knife, anything like that, you can do that too. Or you can get like a plastic container or like something that's about 2 inches tall, like a hotel pan. You can let your ice cream get nice and soft, lay it out in there, and then you can take a cookie cutter and just cut it to the right size and then freeze those pucks so you're nice and ready. Then we're going to take our top cookie.
Andrew, if you don't have a freezer that's cold enough like ours at 0 degrees, it makes life a lot easier here. Can you pre-scoop these scoops and freeze them?
Yes, Chef. I was just getting distracted by how beautiful this looks. You definitely can pre-scoop this and freeze it ahead of time. And then you have a nice frozen scoop, but you're probably going to want to press it down, of course, to make sure that it'll fit right between those 2 cookies.
Beautiful.
I'm literally speechless. I'm so excited right
Gorgeous. You know what she needs?
She's a little pecan on the outside.
Yes.
I'm just gonna roll it.
If you're watching, you let us know. Do you see some ice cream cookies in the future of Kneaded delivered to your home? I mean,
if you have a party, you want Kneaded to come out and bring you a little ice cream sandwich love, and you set up a little station, we'll scoop the ice cream for you right there.
A little private catering that's just all about
event, just you and your friends, close family.
Like a stand, but an ice cream stand?
Oh,
ice cream cookie
beautiful.
stand.
Oh my goodness. Can we get a little zoom in over here? First, a little love for the Facebook, and then on my right, a little love for the Instagram. Hello. I didn't forget you.
Hello.
Don't worry. We're going to put that right on the platter. I think I'm gonna go because I'm feeling nice and confident. These cookies are nice and solid. In the meantime, while I'm scooping here, Zion, could you show us what we got going on for our meal next week one more time for all our friends that may have missed it?
Make that one a double scoop.
Make that one a double scoop. All right.
No.
All right, so this is again our meal one more time for everyone that's joining us for next week. It's going to be a salad niçoise with 6 different ingredients, all prepared by Chef Keyshawn Southey and his team here at Kneaded Bakery. So we got a lot of surprises in there for you. It's a nice traditional French style salad, and we're excited to be sharing that.
Andrew, we have one more comment from our friend Josie. She says, "Looks yummy. Yes, delivered today, please." I don't know, Josie. You have Andrew's contact information.
Hop in the car.
And I'm gonna have to freeze them and get them to your house if
And
you're
we
willing
just filled
to
up the tank.
for a small donation. I don't know.
Give us a call. No, I'm kidding.
Just roll it. Roll it.
All right, and then we have Mr. Rowan Briggs. Nice work, looks delish. And if you all didn't know, Rowan Briggs is actually Andrew's dad, who's on our live every week, doesn't ever stop watching. But we appreciate your support, Mr. Briggs, and all love you give to RCS and Kneaded Bakery and Catering. Let's just get a zoom in on this one more time. Look at this.
Does the chef get to taste this ice cream sandwich?
I agree. I think he should taste it.
Hold on.
I think you get to
Hold
enjoy what you just made.
Can I share this with
Can
someone
we do a little
special?
ASMR? Can I try? Can I come in and try?
Yes. Hold on.
All right, introducing the other man, the myth, the legend. We have production chef Keyshawn Southey.
Beautiful cross section we got going on right
All
here.
right.
Chef, are you interested, Chef?
I always take a bite. Just give me a photo.
Okay,
Before we take a bite. 1 second. Let's do a
Hold
photo.
Wait, no bite. Wait. Bite photo, no bite. Bite. I can't.
All right, 1, 2, and wonderful. One more. Now take that bite, kids. Take that bite.
Ooh. Oh. You want this delivered? Yeah, I think you do.
Hey, production team, can we get this one in the freezer for a quick picture after? Or we already got, yeah. So to get one in the freezer, Keyshawn and I are just gonna enjoy for a minute. Keyshawn, since I have you,
You really make this with love.
oh man, you can really taste it. Dryers really makes their ice cream from love too. Shout out to Dryers and Oakland. But Keyshawn, you're the one that came up with this recipe, so tell us, what were you thinking? Why did you choose candied pecans? What stood out to you? Why did you come up with that idea?
Honestly, the only thing I was thinking about was, hey, I like drinking coffee, and I want a cookie that I can dip my coffee in. And then it occurred to me, well, candied pecan is very similar to coffee.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I might as well. And if you dipped it in your latte, if you dipped it in your hazelnut latte, if you dipped it in your macchiato or just your straight black coffee, whoo, child, you are going to love it.
Yeah, it's sweet, salty, it has all the right flavor. It has that nice contrast between the creaminess of the ice cream and the cookie. Man, well done. Wow, thank
I'm
you.
lactose intolerant, but this is what you call risk and reward.
All right, one more picture in the back. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. And if you haven't heard, www.kneaded.com. Check us out, Facebook, Instagram. Hi to everyone over there too. Don't forget the RCS Kids name change. Also, for everybody that's been showing the meals a lot of love, we really appreciate you ordering the meals. But don't forget the charcuterie and the cookies. They're also out there too. So especially a charcuterie pack. Any weekend that you choose that you want to have a little charcuterie delivered, maybe have some wine or some drinks with friends, maybe just an evening snack, let us know. We'd definitely be ready to arrange it. Just go to www.kneaded.com. And thank you for joining us to make these beautiful pecan cookies and ice cream sandwiches. So have a great evening. From our kitchen to yours. Kneaded Bakery.